The Lakers' season has been a roller coaster, but the past few weeks have been nothing short of remarkable. Despite stumbling right after the All-Star break with a tough loss to the Charlotte Hornets and a narrow win over the Portland Trail Blazers, the team has completely turned things around. Over the last 18 games, their performance has been not just solid, but elite. And it's not just about stacking wins. Their defense, which was once a glaring weakness, has now become one of their greatest strengths. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. During this stretch, the Lakers have posted their best record of the season. 14 wins and only 4 losses. And these weren't just easy victories. They took down some of the NBA's biggest contenders, including the Boston Celtics, the Denver Nuggets, the New York Knicks, the Los Angeles Clippers, and twice against the Golden State Warriors. Beating teams of this caliber proves that the Lakers are no longer just fighting for playoff positioning. They are a real threat in the Western Conference. Now, let's talk about defense. Not too long ago, the Lakers were struggling on that end of the floor, ranking as the 4th worst defensive team in the league. Even though they were winning games, their negative point differential raised serious concerns. But over these last 18 games, something changed. The improvement has been so drastic that they've climbed all the way to the #1 spot in defensive rating. That's right, from one of the worst defenses in the NBA to the very best in less than a month. Of course, defense alone isn't enough to win games, and fortunately for the Lakers, their offense has also taken a huge leap. Right now, they boast the 8th best offense in the league, and with Dončić now in the mix, that ranking could rise even further. The chemistry between Dončić and LeBron James is still developing, but the early signs are promising. Dončić's ability to control the tempo and create plays has taken pressure off of LeBron, allowing him to be more effective in key moments. All of this has led to a massive jump in net rating, with the Lakers now sitting at 3rd place overall. But let's not forget the man behind this transformation, J.J. Redick. This is his first season as a head coach, and defense was easily his biggest challenge coming in. Early in the season, the Lakers' struggles in the paint and their inconsistent rotations made it clear that this wasn't going to be an easy fix. But Redick stayed patient, made the necessary adjustments, and turned this defense into a force to be reckoned with. LeBron James has also been a huge factor on the defensive end. At 39 years old, he continues to defy expectations, stepping up as a defensive leader. His ability to guard multiple positions and communicate on the court has made a noticeable impact. Meanwhile, Austin Reaves has quietly been one of the team's biggest surprises on defense. Not only has he increased his rebounding numbers, but he's also added shot blocking to his game, something no one expected from him. But just when the Lakers' defense seemed to be hitting its stride, they were thrown another curveball. The departure of their primary center raised major concerns. Many expected the Lakers to struggle again, especially after the Mark Williams trade fell through. To make matters worse, the team brought in Alex Len, who had a rough start. His debut was nothing short of disastrous, finishing with a plus-minus of -20. It looked like Redick's defensive progress was about to unravel. But once again, Redick found solutions. Even with Jackson Hayes stepping in as the starting center, the team managed to hold its ground. Redick began utilizing a rotation of defensive specialists, including Dorian Finney-Smith, Christian Koloko, and the returning Jared Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's return from injury has been a game-changer. His energy, hustle, and ability to guard multiple positions have helped stabilize the defense, making the Lakers even more dangerous. This new defensive system has also minimized the Lakers' late-game collapses. Earlier in the season, the team had a habit of letting leads slip away in the final minutes, but that's no longer the case. The defensive lapses that once plagued them are becoming less frequent, and their ability to close out games has improved dramatically. So, what does this all mean for the Lakers moving forward? If they can maintain this level of play, they are not just playoff contenders, they are championship contenders. Their ability to take down elite teams, combined with their newfound defensive identity, makes them a team no one wants to face in the postseason. The real test, however, is consistency. Can Redick keep this defense locked in for the rest of the season? But one thing is clear, this Lakers squad is peaking at the right time, and they are proving to everyone that they are still a force to be reckoned with. J.J. Redick has shed light on the team's greatest strength, one that separates them from other contenders. According to Redick, the unique combination of LeBron James, Dončić, and Austin Reaves gives the Lakers an offensive advantage that few teams can counter. With all three players possessing elite basketball IQs, strong playmaking skills, and the ability to create mismatches, Redick believes the Lakers have an offensive versatility that makes them one of the most dangerous teams in the league. This trio allows the Lakers to be unpredictable, keeping defenses off balance and forcing opposing coaches to make constant adjustments. "I think Luka should be the primary ball handler," Redick explained. "Bron and AR will get their moments to run the offense because we're going to stagger their minutes. But what makes us really dangerous is how smart these guys are. We can force mismatches and put teams in tough situations all game long." Since Dončić's arrival, the Lakers' offense has taken a major leap forward. His ability to control the tempo, dictate matchups, and make difficult shots under pressure has given Los Angeles a new dynamic. In a recent win over the Denver Nuggets, Dončić orchestrated the offense to perfection, hitting clutch step-back threes, setting up teammates with pinpoint passes, and breaking down one of the league's best defenses. His dominance in pick-and-roll situations makes him a crucial piece of the Lakers system. When paired with Lebron, who possesses one of the best court visions in NBA history, the Lakers' offensive flow becomes nearly impossible to contain. With both players capable of taking over at any moment, opposing defenses are forced into a state of constant adjustment. The unpredictability of whether Dončić or Lebron will initiate the offense makes it difficult for defenders to anticipate plays, and that's before factoring in Austin Reaves, who has continued to improve as a secondary playmaker and spot-up shooter. Redick is confident that by allowing Dončić to take charge while LeBron and Reaves play off him in different sequences, the Lakers will be nearly impossible to defend. This level of offensive flexibility will be a game-changer in the playoffs, where adaptability is often the key to advancing. The Lakers can attack in multiple ways, whether through Luka's pick-and-roll mastery, LeBron's ability to drive and kick, or Reaves' ability to create off the dribble. This versatility means defenses must pick their poison, and more often than not, there's no good option. Opposing teams have already struggled to contain this new-look Lakers offense. In their matchups against elite teams like the Boston Celtics, Golden State Warriors, and New York Knicks, the Lakers have been able to exploit defensive weaknesses with ease. By constantly keeping the ball moving and playing through their stars, they create high-percentage scoring opportunities every time down the court. But it's not just the offensive firepower that gives the Lakers an edge. Their defense has also seen massive improvements, thanks to key contributions from role players like Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt. Hachimura has proven his value by defending elite scorers like Nikola Jokic and Kevin Durant, using his size and strength to disrupt their rhythm. His ability to switch onto multiple positions has given the Lakers a level of defensive versatility they lacked earlier in the season. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt's relentless hustle and defensive intensity make him a nightmare for opposing offenses. His ability to contest shots, crash the boards, and provide energy plays has been invaluable. Even when the Lakers' offense slows down, their improved defense ensures they remain competitive in every game. With their combination of offensive firepower, defensive discipline, and high basketball IQ, the Lakers have positioned themselves as one of the most well-rounded teams in the league. As Redick pointed out, their ability to trust in the game plan, adapt to different challenges, and exploit weaknesses will be a deciding factor when the playoffs arrive. And with Dončić, LeBron, and Reaves leading the charge, the Lakers' championship aspirations are looking stronger than ever. If they continue to execute at this level, they could be on their way to another title run, proving that their offensive advantage is more than just a strategy, it's a formula for success. For years, the Los Angeles Lakers have been toying with the idea of bringing Chris Paul to Hollywood. It's been a story that stretched for over a decade, filled with speculation, trade rumors, and near misses. Yet, time and time again, the timing just wasn't right. But now, after a major setback for the San Antonio Spurs following Victor Wembanyama's season-ending injury, the door might be opening for CP3 to finally don the purple and gold. The Spurs were bold at the trade deadline, acquiring De'Aaron Fox in an attempt to build a competitive roster around their franchise player, Wembanyama. But, with Wembanyama now sidelined due to blood clots in his shoulder, San Antonio has found itself at a crossroads. They're too talented to intentionally tank, but they're not good enough to contend for the playoffs without their star player. The franchise is stuck in a position where they have to reassess their strategy for the remainder of the season. Enter Chris Paul. The 12-time All-Star is now a prime candidate to be bought out after being acquired as part of the Fox deal. Paul no longer fits the Spurs' long-term plans. If he becomes available, the Lakers shouldn't waste any time in making a move. After all, Paul has been linked to the Lakers for over a decade, with the infamous vetoed trade in 2011 still fresh in fans' minds. Now, at 39, Paul isn't the same player he once was, but he's still one of the most intelligent floor generals in the league, a point guard capable of running an offense and reading the game like few others. Adding him to a team that already features LeBron James and Luka Dončić would give the Lakers yet another high IQ playmaker, instantly improving their offense and providing another option to take pressure off their stars. This could very well be the piece they need to push for a championship run. With the Western Conference wide open, outside of the powerhouse OKC Thunder and the defending champion Denver Nuggets, this could be the move that finally solidifies the Lakers as legitimate contenders. Let's break down why this could work for everyone involved. After over a decade of what could have been, Chris Paul might finally have his chance to join the Lakers. He was nearly a Laker in 2011, before a trade that would have sent him to LA was famously vetoed by former NBA Commissioner David Stern. Ever since that moment, CP3's potential move to the Lakers has remained one of the biggest what-ifs in franchise history. Over the years, fans and analysts have floated countless scenarios where Paul teams up with LeBron James in Los Angeles, particularly when the King first arrived in 2018. But, after moving around the league in the twilight of his career, Paul now finds himself in a situation where he might end up in LA through the buyout market. With the Spurs now shifting their focus after Wembanyama's injury, there's little reason to keep Paul on the roster. His $10.4 million salary for the 2024-25 season doesn't align with San Antonio's long-term plans, making a buyout feel almost inevitable. And if that happens, the Lakers should be the first team to act. Even at 39, Paul remains one of the most effective playmakers in the league. This season, he's averaging 8 assists per game while continuing to move up the all-time rankings for both assists and steals. While Paul may no longer be an all-NBA level player, that's not what the Lakers need. They don't need him to be a superstar. What they need is a floor general capable of orchestrating their offense, setting up his teammates, and taking some of the playmaking responsibilities off LeBron and Luka. Durability will be a concern. Paul has struggled with injuries in nearly every postseason throughout his career, and asking him to play major minutes in the deep playoff runs may not be wise. But in a limited role, he can still make a significant impact without taking on too much of a physical burden. The Lakers don't need Paul to carry the load. What they need is for him to elevate the team's overall play and provide stability when it counts. The Spurs entered the 2024 season with high hopes, centered around the immense talent of Victor Wembanyama. The franchise invested heavily in him, and they even made a significant move by trading for De'Aaron Fox to complement their new cornerstone piece. The vision was clear: develop Wembanyama and bring in the right pieces to make a run at the playoffs. But now, with the devastating news that Wembanyama is out for the season due to blood clots in his shoulder, the Spurs' entire plan has been thrown into disarray. Instead of aiming for a playoff spot, the best move for the Spurs is to focus on rebuilding for the future. With Fox locked in as their long-term point guard, there's no reason to keep Chris Paul on the roster. He was always seen as a short-term solution for a team that hoped to compete this season. His presence on the court could take valuable minutes away from younger players who need development time. By parting ways with Paul, the Spurs free up space to prioritize their younger talent and set themselves up for a more promising future. Moreover, offloading Paul helps San Antonio's tanking efforts, which are now the best path forward. With Wembanyama sidelined, the Spurs' best shot at success this season is to gather losses and position themselves for a top pick in the 2025 draft. Another highly talented prospect could join forces with Fox and Wembanyama, further improving San Antonio's prospects for when their generational star returns. While it's certainly disappointing for the Spurs, this isn't the end of their journey. Wembanyama's health must be the priority, and while losing him now stings, the future remains bright. The Lakers have a history of chasing big names, and adding Chris Paul to their ranks would be another significant move in their ongoing pursuit of championship glory. After pulling off the massive trade to acquire 5-time All-Star Luka Dončić, it's clear the Lakers are going all in to give LeBron James one last legitimate shot at another championship before his career winds down. Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' general manager, has already shown he's willing to make bold moves in season. The decision to waive Christian Wood and sign Alex Len was a clear signal that the Lakers are in retooling mode, adjusting their roster on the fly. If Paul joins the fold, it wouldn't be surprising to see even more moves from the Lakers to bolster their roster. Time is running out for LeBron James to claim another title, and the Lakers know they need to make the most of his remaining years. As it stands, they're sitting in a solid position in the Western Conference playoff race, currently in the 4th spot. However, standing pat isn't an option. If the Lakers want to give LeBron a real shot at his 5th title while also showing Luka Dončić that they're committed to building a championship team around him, adding Chris Paul could be a game-changing move. Imagine a starting lineup that includes Chris Paul, Austin Reeves, Luka Dončić, LeBron James, and Rui Hachimura. That could be a deadly small ball unit capable of competing with anyone in the league. And with Paul coming off the bench, the Lakers could rest their stars while maintaining high-level play from their second unit. With Paul on board, the Lakers would have everything they need to make a deep playoff run. Veterans with championship experience, 2 of the best players in the league in LeBron and Luka, and a smart playmaker in Paul. This could be the final missing piece to complete a title-contending roster. The question is, will the Lakers pull the trigger? Stay tuned.